Alrighty, we are live. Let's begin the roast, shall we? So, just in case someone does not know what this is about, I have a community where I run this 1 month sculpting challenge, and inside the 1 month sculpting challenge, what you get is you get this free head sculpting course. And this course is designed to get you results in as little as 30 days. Okay, this is the easiest course you will ever follow. I personally struggled with sculpting for more than 5 years, bro, just because I was absolutely overwhelmed by the amount of contradicting advices, bullshit anatomical terms, medical terms. I thought that, okay, I'm preparing for a medical exam, whereas I wanted to be an artist. So this course is exactly what I wish I had when I was learning how to sculpt. And the kind of results that we get with this course are absolutely amazing. You get results within as little as 15 days, 10 days, 9 days, 11 days. What I would like you to aim for is 30 days. So within 30 days, I guarantee that with just 1 hour a day, you can get amazing transformations, bro. Okay. So without any further ado, let's just dive here. And inside this community, what I ask the people to do is to just share their progress. And every Saturday, I go live sharing feedback on how you can improve. I just roast some sculpts in the process. So let's just go to the community and let's start. So let's sort this by new. And let's see, bro. So Prince Emmanuel, let's see. Face level 2. I need to revisit the face level 1 for more practice. This is really off. Let's check. All right. Yes, it does feel off. Let's look at the second image. Okay, bro. The what's wrong here is that he looks a bit like Dobby. So Dobby from Harry Potter. And the reason being, the face is so small, bro. The length of the face is extremely small. Like if he has big eyes, 100% he would look like Dobby. So we need to increase the size. This is so obvious, man. Like the size of the face here, that is what is off. And you mentioned this yourself. So you need to practice level number 1. So unless you get results with level number 1, there's no point proceeding to level 2, adding the eyes, adding the nose, adding the ears. There's no point, my friend. So just practice level number 1 until you get consistent results. And once you get to level 1, that is when you move on to level number 2. So let me just show you. So go here, and over here you have the practice of the face level 1. Face level 1. And this is what you need to block out at this stage. Without any features, without the eyes, without the nose, without the ears. We just want the basic shape of the face. And until we get that, there's no point moving forward, my friend. So to visit that. All right, Guillermo. Let's check this. Skull level 3. Okay, so this is the reference. This is, bro, like this is very good. I like this. I really like this. From the side, looks good. The jaw, this part can be slightly wider. This feels super thin, but it's not something that's really concerning. Yeah, I think you're doing very good. All you need to aim for is 80 to 90% accuracy. I like these two the most. I'm not sure about the shape of the eyes on this one. Yeah, they just seem slightly big, but it's nothing too concerning. You're definitely in a good ballpark. So 80 to 90% accuracy is what you want to be aiming for. That is, you're already there, bro. So feel free to move on to the faces. This is very nice. Quality post, by the way. Love this. Day 20. Okay, I saw this, but I wanted to do this in front of you guys. So we have our champion for this week. Let's see. Years of jumping from course to course, years of feeling overwhelmed by the amount of information, including advice from professional sculptors with decades of experience, years of procrastinating, and then in just 21 days, I created the first sculpt that I can truly say I am proud of. This is the best work I've done so far, and I could not be happier with the results. A huge thank you to Ishaq for creating such an amazing course and incredible community. Bro, I love this. So you can see, Ochan went from here to here in 21 days. And that is absolutely amazing. I love this. And congratulations on making it to this side of the course, my friend. Let me change this category. You, my friend, are a champion. I love this. Let me also pin this to the community. You can't pin more than 3 posts. All right, let's see. Let's remove the previous champion. So we had Ryan King as the champion. Now let's update the champion for this week. Where's open? Yeah, here. Pin to feed. Awesome, my man. By the way, Ryan's transformation was also very amazing. So you can see here, within a month, bro. I don't have the before over here, but it's all right. Yeah, this was amazing. Ryan did the course before this as well. So when I re-recorded the course and I updated the whole thing, he retook the course, and yeah, that was his result. All right, let's move on. Is this sorted by top? Yeah, new. Okay. So wait until here. Congratulations once again, man. The result is absolutely amazing. I love this. Let's check Nikip. Win day 17 1 month sculpting challenge. All right, we have another champion. I was really overwhelmed before starting the challenge by all the anatomy and muscle stuff, but now I feel like my sculpting skill has grown a lot and I feel a lot comfortable than before. Let's check. So this is where Nikip started, and this is where Nikip is now. That is amazing. I love this, bro. We have another champion. Let's go. Awesome. Though there's not much room to pin this here, after the community, after the stream, I'll just unpin this and pin you over here as well. Or maybe I'll just make one post giving you both a shout out. So this is amazing, man. 17 days for this result is absolutely amazing. I love this. Great work, my friend. Congratulations. All right, Okan, we've already done this. Oh, amazing. Chase, let's check you. Still stuck at getting the helix. Helix? What's the helix? Helix. Okay, the EO part. This is the helix. The tube thingy. Still stuck at getting the healing consistent even when I use the smooth brush. Might rewatch the tutorial video. Okay, I think I know what the problem is. Let's see. The face looks all right. I like this one the most. This one. This one, not so much. By the way, bro, you are still sculpting in the studio lighting, which I would not recommend. Let me show you why that is. So let's open up Blender. Let me show you. By the way, guys, do update the Blender to 5.2. It is really amazing. I usually do not update Blender this often, but this time around they have introduced some really cool features, especially the vertex paint. Like that alone is the reason big enough to update. Okay, so do that. And let me just load up the file. Do we have the project start here? Head course source files. Perfect. So let's load this up. Here are all of the 3D models that you get with the course. And what I see over there is that you are in Studio, and Studio is not a good render view or viewport view to sculpt on. The reason being that you get this weird shadow. It just makes it, I don't know, it just makes it unpleasant. Let me show you what happens. So when you switch to matcap, then it renders this way. And here you can easily make observations. The model is much more clear. It's evenly lit. The shadows and the lights, they are very good. They are very pleasant to read and to sculpt with. So imagine you have to sculpt on something like this. Not the best. You could, but why? Why would you sculpt like this or sculpt here? Okay, so matcap is really important. The way that your model is shaded is very important. So do not sculpt in the studio view. It does not look nice. You always want something that is even, something that is, how would you say? Yeah, evenly shaded, evenly lit, easy to read, easy to view. So always sculpt in matcap, and you can choose the default one. But if you complete the course, I will give you my custom matcap as a gift as well. And this just reads so much better. I love sculpting with this one. Okay, so always do sculpt with the matcap on. Let's see here. So the ears, let's zoom in. Okay, this one's not so bad. This one's very weird because of this gigantic space over here. So you see this space here. This is something that we do not need, bro. This part, the 9 shape, is very close to the ear, almost touching the border. So we don't need this space. Let's check the other one. Yeah, same thing. That the shape of the ear is not so nice. What I think is happening is you're not digging this well enough. So this part should definitely be curving in. It's a very tubular shape. A lot of times what I see people doing is that they add this shape. So let me show you what they do is that they add this shape, they dig this in, and then they smooth on it as well. Bro, no, you add this shape, and then if you want to smooth, you smooth around it. And also one more thing that I see is, let me show you this. So people have this flat block out for the ear. So let's just make it slightly flat. And for this tube shape, what they do is that they use the draw sharp brush and then they just do this. This is not nice, man. Like, this is a very, very tubular form. And what you want to do is you really want to dig that in. Get that brush inside the ear. Just go over the same area multiple times so that you get that tubular structure. Okay, you want it to be curving inside. And you see the gap here? Whatever gap you get, this is the gap that you need. In your case, what you had is you had a massive gap over here. We do not want that. So this Y shape, this shape is going to be very close to this. And once you have this, you can always just add this dimple on the top and boom, you have the ear. So ear is not difficult at all. It is just tedious to sculpt. Okay, it's really, really simple. So do dig that in and you will get it. The shape of the head looks nice. I think, yeah, just the ear is a slight problem. This shape is not nice. I don't like this one. Notice how much the brow ridge over here extends, but this one not so much, man. We need to work on this. Let's check the side view and then we can further assess this. So yeah, from the side, this just feels a bit squished. The easiest thing that you can do is you draw a line, a straight line down from the eyebrow ridge, and then you compare stuff. Okay, so let me show you on the reference. And by the way, bro, like, since you are on the face level 2, the reference that I would recommend using is the face level 2 as well. You have it already inside the source file, so just use this. What you want to do is just go here and draw a straight line down. Oh, that's a super straight line. I do this with the mouse. Awesome. Hi, Johnson. What is up, my man? So you draw a line down, and then the purpose of this line is that you can compare how far is the mouth. Is it ahead of this line? Is it behind this line? In this case, we can see that it is behind this line. Notice where the chin is. Okay, you notice the four features of the face like this. And if I draw the same thing here, so you can see if I draw a straight line down here, see how the mouth is ahead of this, the chin is on this line, so this is not correct. Over here, when we do this, the line, you see that all of the features of the face are behind this line. So this definitely tells me that your lower mouth is way ahead, bro. So this is way ahead in your case. And that is something that we need to fix. So always check the side view. Side view is really, really important. And the way that you check the side view is by just drawing this line. You use the forehead or the eyebrow ridge as an anchor, and then you make comparisons from there. So the other ones that you have here, they're slightly better. Okay, see? So the mouth is slightly behind. It is on the line, so it could be slightly behind, but the chin is definitely had that distance. In this case, we definitely do not have that. The reason that the side sucks, because the side sucks, the third quarter also sucks. Okay, so we need to improve that. But this is a good attempt. Just keep practicing this, and when you get to a consistent level, just move on to the next video. This is a quality post, my friend. So great job on that. Let's see. Amateur hour. Let's check. Dot. Okay. All right, not bad. I like this. This is nice. Let's check this. Oh, nice. All right, my friend, you're on a very good track. The only thing that I could see as a possible improvement is the angle of the jaw. So it just feels very, let me change the color of the pen. So this just seems very flat compared to the reference. Notice how on the reference it is slightly angled up. It is going up. Okay, so in this case, I feel like it's very low. If we can push this up slightly, that would make it perfect. You're definitely in the range. So this is a very good practice. I love this. You're on a very good track, my friend. Let me mark this as a quality post. Also, this is looking very nice. So keep up the good work. This is very nice. Brian, let's check. Still not perfect, but I think I am hitting that 80% accuracy consistently. Chin on this one could use a bit of tweaking. Let's check. Alrighty. Okay, let me check the other one. The side looks nice. The side definitely looks nice. There are a few things that we can improve on the front, man. Like the temple line here is very squished. It subtly reminds me of Andrew Tate's temple line. So let me show you. Andrew Tate has a very distinct temple line. It's very interesting. And you see here, it's very narrow. And I just cannot help but notice how narrow his temple line gets, and then it gets wide. So it does remind me sort of his temple line. But even the temple line on Andrew Tate, you want to notice that the temple line goes up and away. Okay, so the temple line should be going up and away. You see, here it goes up and away, up and away. What I see on the reference here, on the sculpt here, yep, what I see on the sculpt here is that, oh boy, load up. Yeah, what I see on the reference here is that it's going straight up. Okay, and on this one, you can see definitely that we do need some width to it as well. This one is very squished. The jaw could definitely use improvement. So you see, this is where I see the jaw, and the jaw should not be this thin. The jaw should be almost as wide as the neck. So you can see here, this is where the jaw starts, and you can see that this is also the neck. So it should be on a similar line. What I am seeing here is that this is the neck, and then this is the jaw. So definitely something that we need to widen out. You need to widen out the face here. Let me use another pen for this. So you need to widen out the face here. You need to have the jaw, and then you need to have the chin. So that is really, really important. The neck area, definitely we can improve this. This is not nice, man. The thing that you can improve here is notice how we have the neck and the temple and the trap muscle, the muscle of the back starts behind it, and we have this offset in between it as well. So this is something that we need to include. Over here, what I'm seeing is that we just have this continuous form all the way down. So that is not nice. We need to improve that. So that would be it for the face and for the neck. From the side is fairly decent. The side is nice. The shape of the head from the side is gorgeous. I love this. But we need to improve it from the front as well. There's not much that I can notice here. One thing that we can improve is this. Okay, notice how the Adam apples goes here. And then the muscle of the neck, it starts here. And you see there's a bit of this offset. Okay, so this part of the neck actually goes and tucks in. Let me show this to you on the 3D model. So see here, notice here. Let me show you the final model. This is how the neck should be. So this area of the neck, notice this part of the neck, it tucks in behind that. Okay, so this is the jaw muscle, and you see how it tucks behind that area. So that is something that we need to fix. Yep, just need to work on the front. Just make those adjustments. Share this again, bro. I think this time you will definitely nail it. You've made a lot of improvements from last time. So all we have to do is to just touch up on these things that I just mentioned, and boom, you'll be golden. So keep up the good work, my friend. Let me mark this as a quality post. Let's go. Prince. All right, let's check. I need more practice in face level 1. Bro, was it you who posted before as well? Yes. So, bro, you realize this. You realize you need to practice level 1. Then why are you jumping to level 2, bro? That is the Jerry move, my friend. Yeah, the same issue. Like, this looks like Dobby. We don't want to sculpt Dobby yet. Okay, we just want to sculpt a good generic male face. So that is what we need to practice. And since you realize this and you still went on to level 2, bro, I have to mark this as a Jerry. You're being a bit of a Jerry, my friend. Don't do that. You realize that you need to practice level 1, so just practice level 2. Any time that you spend on level 2 is time wasted. It's like you want to climb a ladder. It's very similar to this. So let's say you want to climb a ladder, bro. And then here's the ladder. You're trying to jump to the second step, and you will fall and you will hurt yourself. What's so much easier is that you proceed to the ladder step by step. This way, slowly but surely, you will reach the top. So many people, they're Jerry's, bro. What they try to do is, so a Jerry would stand here and be like, no, bro, I don't want to do the step by step. I'll just jump to the roof straightly. I'll just jump to the roof directly. And it does not work, my friend. This attempt will take you so much longer than actually following the steps and climbing the ladder the way that it is meant to. And if you do that, you will get quick results. I promise you. The fastest way you move forward, the fastest way you get progress is if you take this course slow. Simple as that. Perfect. Let's check Clunt. Face level 2 reference left by sculpt right. Let's check. Oh, bro, I really loved your wallpaper. The theme, it looks very nomad-ish. I like it. Okay. Nice. Side view looking nice. The nose could be slightly more projected, but it's nothing too concerning. I like this. Yep, looking good. The brow looks very nice. It has that curvature. So the bottom view is something that a lot of people do underestimate. And I think you've absolutely nailed it. The face from the bottom just follows these bunch of curves. So it should always be curvy. Okay, if it's straight, then the face would look weird. The mouth is a curve. The jaw is almost a curve. On a male, it's a line. But overall, it does curve as well. If we average it out, it would be a curve. But you see, it's all curved. The face should be curved from the bottom. And you've absolutely nailed it. I love this. Third quarter, let's check the third quarter. Yep, beautiful. I love this. You're on a very good direction, my friend. I wouldn't be surprised if next week you're a champion as well. So this is very well done. I love this. Keep up the amazing work, my friend. All right, Guillermo. I hope I'm not... Did I also see a post up here? Oh yeah, you did. So skull level 3 was absolutely beautiful. No need to comment on this. Okay, let's see. Not gonna lie, I jaded out for a week using my job as an excuse, coming back strong. Bro, I love this. I love when people are accountable. I love when people take action. I love when people blame things on themselves. I personally believe, bro, if you take blame for everything that happens to you, you are the most powerful person. Because now, no longer do you have this excuse that, okay, this happened and this is why I couldn't achieve this. This is wrong in my life and this is why I couldn't achieve this. Everything is your fault. And I absolutely mean it, bro. So I take absolute accountability in everything. If you go out in the rain and you get wet, you could blame the weather. Oh, it just rained suddenly. But could you have checked the forecast? It's your fault. Could you have carried an umbrella with you at all times? It's your fault. So you're traveling by car. You could have an umbrella in your trunk at all times. It's your fault. So everything in your life becomes your fault. And when you think of it this way, yes, it does seem a bit harsh, but it also gives you so much power. I have a distracting family. I can't practice. It's your fault. It's your fault you're not waking up. It's your fault you're practicing at the time when your family is awake. So get up early before all of them are asleep. When all of them are asleep. And boom, voila, you have solutions. So when you take accountability for everything, when everything is your fault, your mind cannot help but think of solutions. And that is what you want. When you're not accountable and you're throwing blame around, your mind think of more blames that you can push things towards. So everything that happens to you, your mind just thinks of, okay, let me pin it on this, let me pin it on that, let me pin it on this. And it won't look for solutions because you have an easy way out. So I love this. And this is proof. So you were not a Jerry here. You took accountability and look at the sculpt that you made here. So this is absolutely beautiful. I love this. So keep up the amazing work, my friend. The result. Finally, I finished the course and the result I'm so happy with that. I know this is not like the reference. I'm so happy with that. I know this result. This is not like the reference, but to practice more. Thanks so much. Okay, let's see. All right. Okay, this is not bad, but it's not the result that we want. I cannot pin this as a champion yet. And you also do realize that, okay, this is not like the reference. The whole point of the course is that you follow this and you get something like this by the end of it. So this is what we're trying to aim for. See, and if you follow the steps right, like I can see so many issues here. So for example, the temple line, look at how it's sinking in. It should go up and away. I see that the basic structure of the face is not nice. So this jaw is super, super, super long. Okay. This space between the eye and the brow is super wide as well. And all of these mistakes are something that happened here on face level 1. And this is why I say that you should proceed with this course absolutely step by step. I have broken down every single thing for you. I leave nothing for you to figure out. All you have to do is to just blindly follow this course with 1 hour every single day, and within 30 days you will get results. That is how I have designed this course. So if someone is not getting results here, if the basic structure, if the basic shape of the face sucks, no matter you can make the most beautiful eyes, you can make the most beautiful nose, you can make the most beautiful mouth, it will not look nice. The easiest example that I can share with this is that imagine you're making a cake. So let's try to find a burnt cake. Okay, let's try to find a burnt cake. Yeah, so this is the cake that you baked. You were baking a cake and the cake came out burnt, toasted. Is there any point icing this cake? Is there any point cutting fruits, little salad on this cake? No, not salad, but fruit salad. Cutting fruits on this salad. Oh, not on the salad, but cutting fruits on this cake. Is there any point doing that? Is there any point picking out the most beautiful cherry that you can find and putting it on top of this cake? It does not make sense. Because why? Because the base is burnt. It's shit. Why? Okay, no one wants this cake. No matter you can have the most beautiful icing on this. You can have the most delicious icing on this. But since the cake is burnt, there's no point. The same thing happens with the face. So if the base sucks, no matter, I can add the most beautiful eyes, the most beautiful nose, the most beautiful mouth, and it will not make sense. So I do appreciate the effort here, but it's not what you should be doing. Sincerely, and I say this with utmost sincerity, okay? You would have spent less time getting better results if you hadn't proceeded with this. Okay, so what I would recommend is that just practice this course absolutely level by level. Only proceed to blocking out the features when you absolutely nail the basic shape of the face. Only proceed adding details to those things once you absolutely nail the proportions of the face. And I promise you, although it seems slow in the short term, in the long term, this is the quickest path. This is the easiest path. All right, let's move on. I really wish I could have made this a champion, but I'm sure you will get this. Okay, just practice this way. You have the courage. A lot of people, they just give up halfway. So you made it till the end. You just have to do it the proper way. And once you do it, I will mark this as a champion. So t-test, let's check yours. Day 2, level 1, daily practice. Let's check. Oh, this is the skull, level 1. Okay, let's check the side. Let's check the top. Okay, the top looks amazing. The side looks nice as well. I think this angle might be slightly high, but it's okay. No, nothing too concerning. This is nice. Yeah, I do feel like this is very long over here. I'm not sure. Let me check the front. So from the front, what I can see, and this is very obvious. So what you want is, you see here, let me change the pen. So this here, we need a subtle taper to the face. Why is this snapping? I don't want you to snap, bro. Okay. This is the new application I'm trying out, by the way. So bear with me. We need a subtle taper to the skull. And the reason being that even the face, when we sculpt a face has a slight taper to it. Okay, so we have this subtle taper to the face. This is the widest area, and then it goes slightly inside. It's a very subtle taper that we have to the face. And this happens in the foundation, so this happens in the skull as well. So this is where we should be taking that into account. So just squeeze this slightly in. Nothing too concerning, my friend. This is very well done. You just need to slightly squeeze this in so that we can introduce that taper to the face. And once you do it, I think you're ready for the next level. This does look slightly long to me, but I'm not sure. It's definitely in the ballpark, so it's good. Yeah, one thing that I do notice here, maybe this is why it feels slightly long to me. Notice that this over here, this is the furthest area on the skull. Whereas you see here, it curves here, and almost around here is it in the reference. So I would also, if I was to adjust this, I would slightly push this in and curve it this way. Maybe that is also why this is giving me the feeling that this is very long. But I think this is good. You're on a good path. Let's go. Quality post. Oh, bro, you're already champion. Let me just simply like your post because you made it, my friend. RM, skull level 2. Skull level 2, some feedback, please. Let's check. Oh, okay. 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 What I see is that this just needs a bit of polishing. You have the features there. This part could definitely be improved. Okay. The reason being that here on the skull, what we have is we have this almost flat area. And I do not see it in your sculpt. What I'm seeing in your sculpt is this. Let me grab my graphic tablet. I see the cheekbone going ahead, and also we do not have this separation here, so this flat area is almost not existent. So this is what I'm seeing on your sculpt. Okay, and the way that you want to do this is just take the draw brush, my friend, and just cut it here. Make that separation, smooth it out slightly, and that way you will have the separation here. So see how we have a defined area for the nose and the mouth area, and then we also have this flat area now. So that is something that you need to do. Overall, it does look really nice. So yeah, see here, we do not have this proper separation here. Also from the side, you can see that the cheekbone, it just stops here. In this case, what I'm seeing is that it's continuing all the way here. It's on quite an angle. So that is something that we need to fix. Let's check the front view. Also from the front view, I think we could definitely add this ridge over here. I feel like it's missing here. What I see is I see a straight line and then I see this curving in. So we do need a ridge that goes like this. Okay, so you need to add that. This one over here. And that should be good. The cheekbone could slightly protrude a bit more. Let me show you. So notice how the cheekbone protrudes. Okay, but in this case, I see that it's very flush. And here's the jaw. So there's no offset between the jaw and the cheekbone. It should be there. You could try pushing this in, but I think what you need to do is to slightly pull the cheekbone out as well. And that should do it. Yeah, overall, this is nice. Just needs a bit more refining and polishing. Just watch the video again and try along with me. And you will get the result this time. So yeah, quality post. Love this. Let's move on. Chase ear sculpt. Yeah, we already did cover this. So I'll just like this. Clunt. We covered yours as well. Let me check. I'm not sure what was the feedback that I gave you. But this, to me, looks very nice. Okay, the neck could be slightly wider. It's not something that's super concerning, but if it's as wide as the jaw, it would look more stronger. It would like a strong male. Yeah, other than that, looks beautiful, my friend. Let me mark this as a quality post. Amazing. Where am I? Oh, did I close myself? Let me bring myself back. Here I am. Okay. Christopher, let's check. Let's continue. Awesome. All right. Nice. This one is slightly iffy. I like this one the most. This one is the best one out of them. Let's check more. From the front. Yeah. Oh, this one is a bit iffy, man. I don't know why this looks a bit off. A bit. It's weird to describe this. He has a very distinct face. I feel like what we're lacking is that all of these, they look very different from each other. We just want something in the ballpark, something that looks slightly consistent. Yeah, even the block out here. So see the eyes here, the eyes here, the eyes here. The block out in a slightly different manner. Yeah, I would say try. No, man, the front for them. This I like the side. This one looks very good from the side. You have this nice. They all look nice. The only issue that I have is that they're not close to the reference. Like on their own, they could be very. They are really good sculpts. But since we want to try aiming for 80 to 90% here, we want to try making it something similar to the reference. So once you get to here in this ballpark, then definitely move along, my friend. But this is really good. You're making progress. All we need to do, these are good faces on their own. All we need to do is to just bring them closer to the reference. That's it. Do tell me about your process, man. Like, were you trying this on your own? Were you following this reference? Were you using the 3D model? So do comment about this, and I would love to help you out more. The faces themselves are really nice, just that we need to bring it closer to the reference. Awesome. Let's check, chase a little more level 2 practice. We'll probably do a few more. Okay, here you are in the matcap section, so that is nice. I think that was just accidental. You were in the studio mode. Okay. Yeah, what I feel is, let me open this in a new image. How do I zoom in with a graphic tablet? I don't know. Let me switch to my mouse. Okay. So here what you can do, my friend, is the nose. So notice the nose here. The nose is here. It goes inside the face. Okay. So it is inside the face. We have this bridge of the nose very clearly visible inside the face. What I'm seeing here is that you have it, but we do not have that indication for the nose. So gently push this clay here so that you also have that bridge of the nose. This will be important for later. So when you block this out right now, it will help you sculpt the rest of the levels very easily. What I'm noticing here is that you do have the curvatures going on, but it's very, very subtle, bro. You do want this bulking of the mouth. You do want this dip between the mouth and the chin, and you do want this protrusion for the chin as well. So just need to define these features a bit more. Okay, this one is nice, so I like this one. This one is not there yet. So we just need to push these features in and out slightly, and you will be there. So this is a very good attempt. I like this. The third quarter looks okay. Yeah, just the nose. You see here, the nose is defined. It has a very prominent block out. That is something that we could benefit from here as well. Let's check the front. Yeah, the front looks nice. You're in a good ballpark, my friend. I like this. Let me make this a quality post. Alrighty, John Williams, Skull 3. I feel like I can move on to the further into the course, but I'm going to stick here for a little longer unless I'm 100% sure I can nail this every time. Let me check. Okay. Let me also grab some water. I didn't have time to fill mine, so I just borrowed my wife's. Yeah, I think this is fairly very low poly, my friend. And it's low poly enough that you cannot make the features well enough. So you definitely need to go a bit high poly. The reason that I shared the models with you is so that you can always go here on the models and you can check. Okay, so you can check that this model here, the one that you're attempting, this one is at about 37,000 vertices. So that is what you need to be aiming for. Okay, this is level 3. So yeah, and you are only at 7,300. So you're 10 times lower the poly count that we are here. Not 10 times. How much that would be? About around 5 times. Around 5 times. So you do not have enough detail to sculpt all of these features. What I'm noticing here is, notice the cheekbone here. So how full the cheekbone is. Okay, really full. But here I see this, and then I see this cut over here. That is not nice. See, from the eyebrow ridge, this part here, the part that carries down on the skull, it's very smooth. Okay, it's very full. What I'm noticing here, is there a way to delete this? I'm not sure. Let me just do it again. So what I'm seeing here is that from the eye, you're continuing the shape, and then it's sinking in, and then it sinks in here, and then behind that we have this part of the cheekbone. This should be one continuous form. So you see here, it's very full, and that is what we would need over here as well. This section feels like it's sinking in. Notice how it's curving in, versus notice how this one is fairly straight, isn't it? So that is something that we could fix. But what more? Here, you see here. So between the cheekbone here and the jaw, we have this offset. So the jaw is slightly narrower than the rest of the face. Over here, what I'm seeing is we do have it, but it's not very prominent. Also notice how prominent the jaw is. It's a line and a line and a line. The tip I have for you is always observe your references in terms of ICS. So a line, a curve, or an S. Just try to find these shapes. So I see that, okay, this is a curve. I see this is almost a curve. I see this is a line. This is a line. This is a curve on top. Then we have a line, and then we have a subtle curve. So always try noticing these patterns in your sculpt and in your reference. Okay, this is how basic observation should be done. So this is a line, this is a line, this is a line. Over here, I see that this is almost a curve, curving outwards. This is almost a curve. This is a line. So we definitely need that structure for the jaw. And this part to be slightly wider. It shouldn't sink in like this. It definitely do up the subdivision value. This is very low poly. You do not have enough detail to sculpt these features. Okay, so just practice this, and then we can definitely move on to the next one. Amateur hour. Already done yours. It looks good. Prince, we've commented on yours as well. Face level 2, Christopher. Yeah, same thing, man. The features themselves, they are, oh, this one is not nice. I think the one that you shared later is definitely much better. All you have to do is to bring it closer to the reference. RM second try, some feedback please. This skull doesn't look human, my friend. Yeah, notice how it's inflated and curve and round. It's super thin, bro. Okay, this side is still fairly decent. But yeah, look here. The widest area of the skull should be here. What I'm seeing is that it's somewhere here. So that is wrong. We need to fix that structure. And what I would recommend to you as well, bro, is do not add the details yet. Just practice here. Practice the face level, the skull level 1 first. Practice how to block it out first before you add any more details to it. Then when you absolutely nail this, then you move on to blocking the skull out, the basic skull out. And then you add the final details. What I feel over here is that you skipped the skull level 1. That is why we have foundational issues here. It's the same, it's the burnt cake example here. This is the burnt cake. You're adding icing on a burnt cake. It doesn't make sense. So practice the skull level 1 first. Once you get results here, where's Blender? Yeah. Once you can block it out first, then you proceed on adding the features on it. That will get you the best results, I promise. Keep up the good work, friend. You got this. Chase. Done through. Yoselov. Let's check. Day 14. Head sculpt week 4. Eyes. Let's check. Okay. Not bad. Oh, okay. Yeah, this section feels very slim. Let's check. Okay, let me show what I notice here. First things first, I want to check the proportions. They seem slightly off. So from the top of the head to the bottom of the chin, the eyes should be somewhere in between this. So about here should be eyes. Okay, that checks out. This is the eyebrow. So somewhere in the middle of this line should be the nose. It feels slightly lower. And between this should be the bottom of the lip. So about here should be the bottom of the lip. Okay, so the proportions, they do check out. Nothing too concerning here. Then why does it seem off? Oh yeah, the lower section seems slightly off because of the jaw. What do I mean by that? So see here, this is where the angle of the jaw is changing in your sculpt. And when we try to see it, it happens below the mouth. But when we try to see over here, so this is where the angle of the jaw is changing. And when we try to compare it, it happens around the mouth as well. So this should be slightly up. Okay, the jaw area can be moved up. Also from the side, the jaw feels very small. It feels very weak. What we can do to improve here is remember that the jaw is almost halfway the face. So this is how much the jaw should project, okay, on a generic face. And behind this should be the ear. So the ear and the jaw, they're slightly forward. You see all of this area, this contributes towards looking as a weak jaw. So notice this looks like very strong because of all of the area that the jaw covers. But here we do not have that area. The jaw should be somewhere in the middle of the face. Okay, so that is something that we can improve. The nose, it does project quite a lot. Notice here, so on the reference what we have is that the nose is almost halfway outside, almost halfway inside. Over here it's projected outside quite a lot, but on the inside not so much. So that is something that we can improve. The mouth, let's check the mouth. So the mouth, expected length for scale calculation pixel. What? I don't know, bro. Let's check the mouth. So the mouth is almost in touch with the upper eyelid. When I check here, it's quite ahead of the eye. So this also tells me that we need to push the mouth inside the face slightly as well. Yeah, we need to push it slightly inwards so that this also lines up with the upper eyelid. And that would give you a better result. But this is good effort. Let me mark this as a quality post. You're almost there, just need to tweak a few things here and there. The Joan. I'm getting better at this. I think I either made the eyes too big or the head isn't big. The head too big or the head isn't right. Yeah, what was wrong with the previous one? I read your name here as well. Scholar. Oh yeah, we already shared that feedback. Yeah, still, I just see some foundational issues here, like the shape of the skull. Overall skull, not nice. We need to practice the level 1 first. We need to block it out properly. This is the shape of the skull. It should be widest here. It should have this taper, but I do not see it here. Okay, what I'm seeing here is that it's curving. This is the widest area, which is wrong. It does not have the taper. It's just a round egg shape. The skull should be an egg shape. I mentioned this. It should be an egg shape from the top, but not from the front, my friend. Okay, so we definitely need to work on that. Let me mark this as a quality post. Alright, second page. Let's see what we have here. Chase finally started the head sculpt. Defeated my inner Jerry. Let's go. I'll keep grinding level 1 base mesh and I'll feel good about it. I'm struggling with the profile view. What's the profile view? Is it the side view? Yeah. Oh, bro, this is the older model, isn't it? Just use the new one. Use this one. This one. This is the better one. This one is not bad as well. This one is right. It's not wrong. It has all the features that a face should. But since we updated the course and I would want you to get something similar to this, we need to follow the steps that involve this face. So the steps of this face. Okay. Let us use the new model. Let's comment on this. What I'm just noticing here, bro, is, let me tell you, this area too wide, the jaw not so pronounced. Here, same thing. This area is too wide. We do not have the separation for the jaw, for the chin, so we definitely do need that. This one is the closest of them all, but even here you could just slightly indicate the chin and the jaw a bit better. The widest area of the head should be about here. So we definitely need to include that as well. This is the best of all of them. And yeah, that should be good enough. Let's check the profile view. Yeah, the third one is the best one. So I do see this pattern where with every attempt, you are making something better. This tells me you are practicing deliberately, which is a very good thing. So I like that. Keep up the good work. Prince, skull level 2. Yeah, I've already shared feedback here. Hadrama Chacha. Let's check. Day 1, skull level 1 and 2. Well, I guess I should post something. My first day of trying, I got a bit ahead out of my curiosity. I like this course. I feel pretty optimistic. So for now, I need to master skull level 0. I think you mean level 1. Wish me good luck. Good luck. Okay, this is attempt number 1. Yeah, bro, your curiosity got the best of you. So what I'm seeing here is, notice this flat area here. We do not have that. The skull should be a relatively round shape on the top. This is not nice. And once again, bro, just we have to conquer our curiosity. I guess I see the lack of structure on the face even here. So see how we have defined structures for the jaw and the chin. Here is just a curve that does not have that definition. So definitely we need to improve that. Over here we have some projection for the jaw. So notice this. But over here what I see is I see this curve and then I just see the jaw starting immediately. So that is not nice. We do need this offset over here. And once you fix this, only then and only then does it make sense to move on to level 2. But this is your first post. I like this. Let me mark this as a quality post. You shared the reference in the post, so I like that. Aya Al Mehdi. Okay. You've already commented on the win post. Christopher already commented. Aya already commented. Siddharth. Let's check Siddharth. Hello, sir. This is my first work level 0. I think you mean level 1. Okay. So what I can tell from this image is that you're definitely not sculpting in the right focal length. And the reason I'm able to tell this is because when I zoom in this closer to my reference, it does not distort as much as this. The grid does not distort as much. So this definitely tells me, bro, that your focal length of your camera is set to the default, which is 50. Okay, and although you can sculpt in 50, it wouldn't be the most pleasant experiences. This is because focal length does matter. And you see, when this is a low focal length, it just completely distorts the face. It makes sculpting extremely difficult. You always want to be somewhere between 85 to 100. So between here somewhere is a good focal length to sculpt on. I like to put it at 99.9 because that 0.1%, it makes all the difference, bro. It makes all the difference. So that is something that we need to fix. And yeah, the structure of the face, the skull, we need the widest area to be here. We need the skull to taper. I like how you made the jaw. So we have that definition for the jaw. We have the definition for the chin. So that is nice. Just need to pull out this area, shape it a bit better, and that should give you the best result. Let's check the other view. Yeah, the side looks okay. Also, do sculpt in the matte cap. So do not sculpt in studio here. You're in studio mode, and I can tell this by the shadow that is being casted on your model. We do not want that. So what you do here is you click on this drop down, and then you'll be on studio. Just click on matte cap, and you will end up on this default matte cap, which is so much better to sculpt with. Okay, so definitely do that. The quality post. Clunt, skull level 3. You're already on the faces, so that is nice. Matin Sari, day 1, level 0. Okay, I love the level 0s, bro. Level 0s are the best. Level 0s are the best. The reason I love level zeros the most is because we all need something to look back at when we make progress. So people from the 1 month challenge row, when they get results, they now have something to look back at. So Stefan, this was his level 0. This is where he was after 15 days. This is Hamza on his level 0 and where he was after 15 days. This is Tom with his level 0 where he was after 32 days. So level 0, you absolutely need a level 0 because you need something to look back at and be proud of yourself. So always, always, always do sculpt the level 0. See LeBron, he was here and now he's here. So we do need that. Even at a later stage when my students get insane results, bro, we still look at the level 0. We roast our level 0s. Whenever someone feels like, oh man, this is not working, I'm not making progress, we just share the level 0 with them. We're like, what are you on about, bro? You've already gotten results with this. All you need to do is to do the same things. Getting from here to here wasn't comfortable. So why do you expect it to get comfortable now? Learning is never comfortable. There is not... The process is not fun. The process is always a grind. The progress is fun. Okay, so going from here to here is not fun, but when you reach here and when you make the characters that you want, when you sculpt the things that inspire you, when you make things that you can look and be proud of, that is when you get the fun. That is the fun part. But the process of reaching there is not fun. I have a lot of fun when I make characters, any character that I want, but the process of getting there, it was not fun. The only fun that you get in the process is when you learn that, okay, bro, I suck at sculpting the faces. I don't know shit, but I just learn how to block out a face. And you, if you choose, if you decide, you can be proud of yourself. You can be happy about that. You didn't know how to block out the proportions of the face. And now when you learn that, you can allow yourself to feel the pleasure. You can allow yourself to be proud of yourself. You can allow yourself to be happy with your progress. But if your goal is, no man, what I want to do, bro, is I want to go from knowing how to sculpt shit to sculpting. Let me copy this here. Yeah, I want to go from going how to sculpt shit to sculpting Gojo in 2 days. Never going to happen. You're going to disappoint yourself. It's not going to happen. But if you set yourself a bar high enough, an achievable goal, that yeah, today I don't know how to sculpt shit, bro. Today I'm going to learn how to block out the face. That is a very achievable goal. You can do it in 1 day and you can be happy. You can be proud that you did so. You said that you're going to learn how to block out the face and you did. This is one step closer to Gojo. And that is how you make the process relatively fun, relatively pleasurable, by enjoying the little wins that you get in the process. And not by having unrealistic expectations like, oh, if I'm going to 2 days. Not going to happen. Never going to happen. You'll disappoint yourself. You're setting yourself up for failure. So level 0 is the best. I love level 0. Day 1, okay, love this. Eduardo, level 0. I love every level 0. John, we already commented on yours. Commented. Titus, day 1. With mouse in Blender, and Titus is doing this with a mouse. Titus is doing the inside Blender with the grease pencil. What excuse do you have? To all of those who are not starting, who are like, no bro, I don't think this is for me, I don't know if I should start. What's your excuse? What's your excuse? He's doing this with the mouse. He's doing this in Blender. So I admire that. And yeah, so that would be it for this week. If you want access to this course, there's going to be a link in the description. Just click on the link and join the community and you will be inside. Every Saturday I go live and I share feedback on exactly how to improve. You get this course, absolutely free course. It's broken down into the exercises and I give all of the 3D models as well. So you don't have to guess anything. All you have to do is, if you want results, bro, just shut your brain and just follow the course the way that I've set it out for you. If you do this, I promise you will not be overwhelmed. I do not complicate things. I do not teach things that do not help you move forward. I do not dive into stupid terms like sternocleidomastoid or the maxillary arch or the helix or the pituitary gland. I don't know, but like, why are you studying glands? Are you a doctor? Are you a doctor? You're not a doctor, but you want to be an artist. So I teach you like an artist. And the results, they just speak for themselves. So The results do not lie. Results never lie. Okay, if you want insane results, just click. How do I rotate this? What the fuck? Okay, this works. Awesome. You want results like this, bro? Absolutely killer results. People are getting such insane results. Look at this. Henry sculpted a full body in 13 days after being overwhelmed for 5 years. Results don't lie. And amazing things can happen when you find yourself, what do you say? When you are not overwhelmed. And when I don't overwhelm you, bro, we get results like this. We get results like Ocon. So you can see, bro, amazing results. He was jumping from coast to coast for years. He was feeling overwhelmed for years. He had advice from professional sculptors, bro. And the thing about professional sculptors is not all of them, but most of them, they want to say these fancy names. They want to say these big terms and big names because they want to sound cool, bro. Like sternocleidomastoid. And then they're sternocleidomastoids. I think they get a bono when they dive into these what do you call it? Anatomical terms, just to sound cool. I don't care, bro. I don't care about my image. I don't care about being the unprofessional artist who doesn't say these fancy names. I don't care, bro. What I care about is your results. Like, this was the biggest hurdle in my way when I wanted to learn how to sculpt. This overwhelmed me so much. I felt like I was preparing for a medical exam. So when I felt overwhelmed, bro, why would I overwhelm you? And I just make courses for my younger self, bro. And when you practice this way, bro, you could be struggling for years, but in just 21 days, you can get results like Ocon over here. That is amazing. Okay, all you have to do is to just shut your brain, bro. Trust in the process. I've shown you the results, the amazing results that we get. And if you want results like the people you are looking at, you have to practice the way that they did. Okay, if you practice like the 90% artists out there, and 90% artists are struggling because they're diving into this bullshit and they're being overwhelmed, then yes, 100% you're going to get results like the 90% people as well. But if you want results like the 10% that I'm showing you here, you have to practice like the way that they did as well. And what they did is that they just followed the steps to the best of their abilities. They did not be a jury. They did not skip. They practiced every single day for 1 hour a day. And like, bro, the results are here. Results don't lie. So if you want results like this, just join and follow the way that they did. Ishaq, thank you. I sculpted a big part of a uni assignment with just a mouse before. It was surprisingly comfortable and the result was the same as I would make with a stylus. It probably took more time though. Yeah, I agree, man. Like, I don't disagree that you can't sculpt with the mouse. People sculpt amazing things with the mouse. So let me show you, bro. Like, I can show you examples from inside my community. So let me show you here. So if we go to the Da Vinci School, and here we have Joshua. Let me show you Joshua. Okay, Joshua is online. All right, Joshua. Let me show your sculpts to the world. So you can see Joshua and the sculpts that he's making, bro. I did not know for the longest time that Joshua was using a mouse. I had no clue, bro, that he was using a mouse. But then when we started working together, I was like, hey, bro, I would highly recommend that you get a graphic tablet. And then when he did get a graphic tablet, his effort reduced and he can now sculpt it much easier and much quicker. The example that I like to share, bro, is that imagine that there's a wood chopper and a wood chopper is cutting down a tree with an axe. Like he's cutting down a tree with an axe. And then comes along another person and he asks the wood chopper, hey, bro, I want to cut down a tree as well, but all I have is a knife. Can I do it with a knife? Do I need to buy an axe? Can I do it with a knife? Yes, of course. If you keep at it, bro. If you keep at it, you can chop down a tree with a knife. But why? Why? Just get an axe instead. It's the natural tool to do it. It's going to take you less time. It's going to save you time and it's going to save you effort. Okay, you can do it with a mouse. Of course you can, but it's going to take longer and it's going to require more effort from you. So why not just get out of that misery? Why not do a bit of mercy to yourself and get a graphic tablet? You don't need to buy the most expensive ones. You just need to buy the cheapest tablet with pressure sensitivity is still 100 times better than a mouse. Simple as that, because it's the right tool to do it. I don't know, bro. The most expensive knife versus the cheapest axe, the axe is still a better option, isn't it? It's the same thing. It's the same thing over here. So a graphic tablet will definitely help you. And you can always try getting a used one. So you can find a used graphic tablet, a good one, I think for around 30 to 50 bucks. You can even find new ones now with pressure sensitivity. I think they'll be slightly small, but I swear, bro, they're still better than a mouse. And those two will cost you about $50 or something. So 100%, bro. Let's just get it. True. I was sick in bed and it was easier to sculpt with the mouse than a graphic tablet while laying down. Now I use Nomad on iPad and it's much more comfortable. Oh, there you have it, bro. So it's always going to be more comfortable. Always. There was someone who commented that I sculpt with the trackpad on my laptop, and I was like, what? How do you do that, my man? How can someone sculpt from the trackpad? That is insane. Awesome. Yeah, you could definitely do it with the mouse, my friend, but a graphic tablet will just make it so much easier. I'll just hang around for a few more minutes and see if we have any more questions. If there's any questions, feel free to fire away. If not, I'll just sign off. By the way, once again, I would like you to invite all of you to the 1 month sculpting challenge. So 100% be part of this. And when you do complete this, I would also love to invite you to the Da Vinci School. So what we have inside the Da Vinci School is we have more advanced courses. We have more advanced lessons. Like we get more wins inside. This is a more active community because everyone inside is more serious. This is my paid community, by the way. And here you can see what you get inside. Same course, you get feedback under your comment section. So whatever you post, bro, I do share some feedback and I comment under these posts, and I just love looking out from a community. What you also get inside the Da Vinci School is you get 2 calls a week. Okay, so we have weekly calls every week where you can come, we talk about sculpting, we share our sculpts, you can get feedback, whatever you want, bro. You also get one-to-one attention from me, so we work one-to-one to help get you results. And by the way, right now, if you want to join, there's a link in the description that will allow you to enter the waitlist. And when the doors open, I will inform you, I will personally reach out to you and make sure that you get inside. If not, I'm only opening 2 slots for this because I just focus on results here. I don't want to focus on volume, so many people inside, and then I cannot help them get results. I just want to focus, laser focus on the members getting results. So I'm only going to be opening 2 slots. If that interests you, then 100% click the link in the description, fill the waiting list, and I will reach out to you. Once the slots are gone, they're gone. And when will the doors open again? I have no clue. Maybe at the end of next month or whenever I feel like I have the bandwidth to do so. So 100% do apply for this, bro. We get insane results here. Let me show you the wins here. So you can see here, Tom was struggling with sculpting 2B, but now, bro, he's very excited that he's very close. You can see Ryan King, he finished the head course, and he's making amazing progress over here as well. Hamza completed the 1 month challenge over here. Janelle just completed the torso, and you can see how beautiful this torso is. So I teach you anatomy in the easiest way possible, like an artist, not like a doctor. And yeah, just wins. So many wins. This is the place you want to be, my friend, if you're serious about sculpting. All right, it does look like we don't have any more questions. So that would be it for this week. And I will see you guys around. Goodbye.